Okay, so we made another trip. On the way back from Gilman, we stopped in Kankakee. It's St. Pat's Haunted High. It's another one that we go to every year.
Yes,
What'd you think this time, Laura?
Oh, it's fantastic as always. This is one I look forward to. I enjoy. Been there several years, and they changed it up a little bit this year, but it was great. And there was one thing that I was impressed with because they used to have a dark maze at the end, and I'm not a big fan of dark mazes, but they actually knew that they lit it up. So there was like a light so you can actually see, and kind of find your way. You weren't lost. So that was a big plus for me. I actually enjoyed the dark maze this time. But it's always excellent. The actors are great. They actually there's children in there. And these children were great. I mean, they had the creepy factor going on. I mean, they were really good. And all the actors, I mean, I have to give them a lot of credit for that. I mean, top-notch actors. Set design was great. But I always enjoy this one. So 5 out of 5, highly recommended.
And Jim, what'd you think?
Yes, well, I'm going to definitely agree. I mean, I think, 5 chainsaws as well. I think from the get-go in the elevator, they had the, kind of by all appearances of a shaking elevator, like you were climbing floors, and then the young actress would pop in, pop out, and it's hard to believe that was like their, first night on the job, so to speak. So, I mean, it was well done. It was elaborate. It was worth it to kind of jump ahead and be the first to experience that. And as a first time, yeah, I would definitely go back. And I think, like I say, 25 minutes worth was just, an incredible use of, of the time and money well spent. So for me, yes, it was well done, and would certainly go back the next time as well.
All right, Michael, your very first visit to St. Pat's, what'd you think?
I give it 4.5 out of 5. It only loses a half because of I don't like the dark maze at the end. But other than that, it's a 5. Excellent actors in there. It's a cheap one. It's probably the best values I've come across because it's one of the longest ones. And it's not dark and it's not cramped, other than, like I said, the maze at the end.
Sure.
And I believe you could skip the maze at the end if you want to.
Yeah, you probably could.
Yeah. So people who don't like mazes, I skip the end. It's a perfect haunt.
Was there any scene that stood out for you?
I like the crib with the floating baby. I thought that was pretty cool.
All right, so 4.5 out of 5 for you.
Yeah, and it only loses the half star because of the maze.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to go 5 out of 5 for St. Pat's for all the reasons that everybody else stated. But I think Jim mentioned value for the money, and the standard price there is $8, and you get a 25-minute haunt for $8. And even if you get the VIP or the RIP pass, as they call it, it's $15. You skip the line, 25 minutes. You can't beat that. There are professional haunts that aren't that long for that kind of price. And it's very cool. It's set in an old convent, and you go upstairs, downstairs, you go outside, there's a scene, you go in the basement, there's a dark maze, plus other scenes too. And there are live actors outside in the line, and the actors inside, there are many, they're younger kids, but they're very enthusiastic, and some really clever scenes in there. My favorite scene this time around was a Ouija board. It was actually like a Scrabble board with words put together that said "help me" and stuff like that, and haunted, and it was shaking. It was actually shaking as you went by. Very clever, very, very clever stuff. They outdo themselves every year. St. Pat's is highly recommended, 5 out of 5.
And also the Scream Queen.
That's exactly
we forgot
right.
to mention that. The room with the Scream Queen.
Yeah, there was one extra room in there, another good one. A room filled with all the pictures of the female heroines of our favorite horror movies. Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Halloween, various other movies. All the I think Heather Langenkamp was in there too, right?
Yes, she was in there, yes.
And they were all like on a wall with strings connecting them, like as if somebody was profiling them. It was very clever, very, very, very well done.
Something we haven't seen before.
Yeah, we've never seen that in a haunt, and that's one of those things that sets St. Pat's apart. It's well worth your time to check it out. Good value, 5 out of 5.